Good morning, everyone. It's 8 a.m. Tons of fun. Friday's coming up. How to deal with negativity. Friday training. Join me. Catch the replays from last week on networking, on all the other trainings that we've done. byoq. Hey, Zeus, Jake, Andrew, welcome. Let's load up the questions. Let's pin up where people can reach me to register for training for the pitch competition. 2-minute drills going on to Bloomberg. Give me some props there. Come try out for the pitch show, and you're going to love it. 2-minute drills, August 28th, but we're taking tryouts now for the show. So please try out. We would love you to register. Go ahead. That's at david@dmeltzer.com. Join my text community if you want free training, free pitch competition, free books, free exercises, guides, whatever you need. 949-298-2905. Go ahead, text me, or just email me directly at david@dmeltzer.com. I thought I saw Jill is here. Good morning, Jill. Where are you, my friend? I get so many people coming in right there. Welcome. Kate, I see you. There's Jill. Awesome. Jill. Oh, I lost her. Let me see if I can find her again. Sorry, I was all ready to go. There we go. Here we go. Jill, have her join one more time. There we go. It's good.
Hey there.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I am fantastic. And in case you don't know, Jill is a famous author now, and really wanted to get into number one. How'd you like writing is this your first book?
It's my first book, David.
Yeah. So, obviously during this great time of pause, what I call the compressed uncertainty, I have so many people reaching out to me about writing books. I've been blessed to write 8 books. Someone who never believed he could write a book or like to write a book. I didn't even like to read. When I graduated law school, that was the one thing I said, I'm never reading another book again. Now I'm writing them. What did you like most about writing? Now your book, it's go time. Yeah, it's go time, right? Yeah, it's go time is your book.
It's go time. What did I like most about writing the book? Getting it done. That's the finish. Oh my God. What did I like? Social isolation, having it take way longer than I thought, sitting in my car in Toronto, Canada during Christmas to get some alone time, writing in the cold with my mittens.
How long did it take to write?
It took 3 years to decide what I was going to write. It took about 3 months to get the book written when I finally, committed to the content.
And one of the reasons I really wanted to talk to you is that I think the number one reason people don't get what they want in their life is they quit. They don't stick to it. They number one, they don't like to start where they don't like to start where they don't want to be. They don't have the persistence blended with patience in order to angle towards what they want. Sometimes they don't even know what they want, and then they don't have faith to stick to it. What are some of the things that apply to you?
Everything you just said.
And what did you use to do it?
I had to discover those things, right? So the faith is so huge. I mean, so I've seen you talk before about being sort of committed, but at the same time not attached, and I love that. And faith was huge, because it was like, you talked about never wanting to read another book after law school, but I'm dyslexic. I was a high school dropout. Like, who was I to write a book about my work? But then I had this car accident. I had 2 years of recovery. And most importantly, I learned a lot about the brain. Ended up studying a lot about neuroscience, and I ended up almost like rebuilding my brain and discovering that there is a path to success through learning how to program your own brain. And I had to share that. And I'm like, yeah, okay, maybe I am a dyslexic and maybe I do need an editor, but I still have something worth sharing. And that realizing how many people I had helped in small groups, that was the faith I needed to say, no, there's people I can help. Maybe not everybody will like this, but I know for sure I've helped people, I've helped them change their lives, and I had to share that message.
You know what's so interesting about people with dyslexia? I've been blessed to be around so many people. Jim Quick is a, very good friend of mine, my boy with the broken brain, and the extraordinary things that he does with celebrities, athletes, and world thought leaders, teaching them of how to use and manipulate the mind. But I find that once people recognize their issue, that they seem to accelerate and grow faster than the normal human beings. Once they identify, hey, wait a second, I didn't even realize this, they're able to somehow live in the empty mile. They somehow have a different understanding. And I can't put I always say the common denominator between successful and unsuccessful people is they must be what they can be. But there's like a switch that when you recognize, hey, I have dyslexia, all of a sudden there's a switch that turns on, I must be what I can be. Is that something that is way off, or is there something what switch happened to you when you recognized what the issue was?
Well, for me at the time, like I just recognized the issue was I had a terrible concussion and couldn't even think. But then I realized I did my master's and I ended up getting to work with a top neuroscientist in the area of goal cognition in the brain. And you know how research takes about 10 years to make it to the public. So I was getting all this access to research that was really fresh. And there were these nuances. It was almost like as a dyslexic, it's harder to learn things, but then when you learn them really deeply. And I really got that our brains work like this computer. And if it's like if a computer had faulty programming from a thought you might have had when you were 5, right? Okay, you have to forgive your 5-year-old self and go, I can reprogram that. And it's that moment you realize that you gave yourself every instruction you're currently living with. So you have the complete power to do that again. And here's the trick. Your subconscious and your conscious and subconscious amygdala is really the amygdala. We won't go into that in a short period of time, but they have 2 sets of goals. And when you learn how to align those 2 sets of goals, you succeed, but not necessarily quickly. So because sometimes it takes a while to reprogram. The older you are, the more entrenched your programs become. And so oh, my phone is going a little dim. So I really like that commitment, that willingness to stick with something long enough. To me, that's the game changer. Like if you have something you want to do, I use this stress test for people. I say, look, first, we all know we have to set goals. I'm not going to come here and tell you that because everyone knows that. But how you get your subconscious to hear your goals, or your amygdala more specifically, is to figure out the reason they're important and physically feel the importance, because your amygdala doesn't have language, so you can't use language to speak to it. You have to use emotions, you have to use visuals. We know a lot of this. But here's how I have people stress test their goals. If you would fail, if you would go after a goal, would you do it anyway? Because if you can't say yes, not sure you'll succeed. So if I totally mess up writing my book, would I do it anyway? You know what, I would, because I felt called to share certain information with the world. So even if I completely blew it, I'd do it anyway. That's the kind of commitment I think people need to get with their goals, and then you'll succeed.
I love that. And what message in It's Go Time were you called to share?
Oh, geez. I teach, you know what I was called to share for dyslexics like me? I have read so many inspirational books and I need details. Like I need but how? Like, well, what's the step-by-step? So that's why I call it the all-in system, because I teach both very rigorous science, but then I teach it in a way like, now do this. I say in the book, I'm like, this is a roll up your sleeves kind of book. It's not a go out there and wonder how to do it afterwards. So I teach people how to find their purpose, which I think is instrumental in reprogramming your brain, because your purpose is actually a hack to your brain. And I'm going to give you like a little trick about your purpose. The fastest way I can describe it is if you look at the stories from your past and you figure out what made you feel really good before, and not just like good, happy, I was at a concert that I loved, like good, proud of yourself for who you were being. Just do more stuff like that.
That's awesome. Like, now, last question, which is my whole game changer that's applicable to what you write. Is that I believe everything and have studied everything or close to everything that you talk about. I've been around some of the great thought leaders in this space, studied physics, quantum physics, and metaphysics. I always like to see how is it reacting or how is it acting or reacting with our unconscious, our quantum memory, our DNA that holds a quantum memory? And it is the chain. It's why, in my opinion, someone that has alcoholism, there's some people that can stop drinking after one drink, and other people, it doesn't just take the normal 21 days to build a habit or break a habit. It's completely outside of the system. It's quantum within their nature. It may take multiple lifetimes in order to heal. How does that unconscious DNA that could be from not only 4 generations down programmed into us, but 4 lifetimes or 40 lifetimes or 4 million lifetimes, determined upon how expansive your universe and understanding is? I want to know, how is it related to what you teach?
And really cool stuff. So that's a huge question.
That's the way I roll.
I
can't
when I work
can't
with
ask too
clients,
big of you, Jill.
Yeah, that's like, yeah. Thanks, David. Let me just talk about
Just simplify that, and you got 4 minutes, by the way.
Okay, well, I'll go for it. Look, when I work with people when I work with my clients, I work with small groups of clients, and we go deep. And I don't necessarily get into past life stuff, but I 100% know that that's come in. But what I do know from a science-based perspective is that the older we get, the harder it gets to change for several reasons. Whatever fires together, wires together, the number of times we have thought or created a pattern of thinking in our brain is the number of times that we have to actually outdo what we have done. So it's like, if we thought about something like, I'm not good enough 1,000 times, well, guess what? Then 1,001 times with a little more energy, you're going to have to think you can do it. So it's repetition, 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 and also come at it from all angles. The other thing that I have found, not necessarily past, like generational, but I have found that there's always these stories. I was just working with a guy, and he had this situation where Emily sort of went crazy when he was 5, and they basically told all these lies about him, and other people believed them, and he couldn't believe the people who were supposed to be in his corner weren't there for him. And he created this rule for himself that he was going to stay hidden so this nonsense didn't happen. This is a talented, incredible, beautiful guy. We went in and found that story, and we did this cool thing where we went to his future and talked to his future self, and then his future self talked to his past self, and really got grounding on how much value he can bring to people. And we're not done. But those are the moments when people find them, that your life opens up, because you realize you don't have to react to that story the same way anymore. You have choice.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's awesome. Well, unfortunately, it's go time for me, because I got to have you back. There's so much more to learn. You are an extraordinary source of information, and what a great intention you have to help others. That's, as you know, my main purpose is to empower others to be happy. And this is the method. So you got to read It's Go Time, because I have a feeling that it's just more reinforcement of what I teach on how to be happy, how to make more money, help more people, and have more fun with your life. No matter what challenges people tell you have, or how they label you or define you, it doesn't matter. I always say, all you cowards out there, look in here. And that's what Jill did. She looked within, and she now is helping without any ego. So thank you so much, Jill. I appreciate it. Where can people?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
It's Go Time. Amazon, everywhere.
Amazon, get it on Amazon. I just got picked up by a publisher, so it's in bookstores next year, but I'm on Amazon now. Thank you.
You got it. Congratulations. Thank you
David,
so much. I'll talk to you soon,
great.
Jill.
Okay, take care.
You're amazing.
Bye.
Thank you. All right. Talk about somebody responding. Those were not softballs I was giving her. I threw a couple of sliders, and I had a baseball client of mine tell me he named his dog Slider. I said, "Why you name your dog Slider?" He said, "Because you can't hit a slider." And I love that. So I threw her some serious sliders, and she was knocking them out of the park. When you know what you know, that's awesome. Thank you, Jill. Go get It's Go Time on Amazon. And she got picked up by a publisher. I don't know if be careful for what you want, Jill. I've worked with publishers before. You're going to learn some lessons there. If you need any help, reach back out to Uncle David. He'll help you. I paid the dummy tax with publishers and without. All righty. My friends here from the virtual assistant group, the VA group, there they are. How are you, Shane? Where are you, Shane, I should say? There he is.
Hey, David, how you doing?
Well, I'm doing great, and I wanted to have you on because everything's going virtual, and I've learned more lessons. And I'm a hyper technical, innovator, entrepreneur, thinking I know everything, which is always my biggest tragedy because I know nothing, and I keep reminding myself of that radical humility. But one of the things that has gone virtual is assistance. I think a lot of people realize when their live assistant became a virtual assistant, why was I paying so much for a virtual assistant when there's people that specialize in being virtual assistants? Give me a little bit of a background on, what a virtual assistant can do. And obviously your business must be booming with what's going on and where you think we're going after the pandemic even.
It's a great time to be in the world of virtual assistants, which is shocking to say because we're in the middle of a pandemic. But throughout this pandemic, people are thriving, small businesses, solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, and they all want one thing: to grow. They want to automate their business and they want to grow. And that's the great thing about virtual assistants is we can actually help them automate their business with that, with a lot cheaper value than actually having like an in-house employee. Now, the VA group is that type of solution. We've really strived for, trying to just present the best type of quality and customer service as we can for each and every one of our customers. And with that being said, we're really trying to change the game, and we got some pretty cool stuff lined up.
Yeah. And, where I think the biggest resistance that people have for a virtual system is the onboarding, right? Is understanding. I think people get the availability is better with a virtual assistant because they can do your work while you sleep and you come in the morning and it's done. I mean, there's so many opportunities and options. The economics obviously make more sense to not have a full-time employee, especially in certain states. There's nothing like overhead and employees to go ahead and bless somebody with if you don't like them. Uh, and the VA,
Yeah.
Also does that. But what about the onboarding side of, how long does it take for an assistant to really get what you're doing? Or do you just specify certain things that anybody can get?
So there's a lot of processes in place to get the onboarding going. But I will say for the people that are thinking about getting a virtual assistant or people that have been pondering it, but they just make the excuses as, it's not the right time, I can't afford one, or they just lack the knowledge. It's really imperative to your business to think big picture. And, the onboarding as far as hiring one on can take as matter of a week. But for everybody that's thinking about a virtual assistant, now is the time to grow and to automate. Instead of doing the tedious tasks yourself, hand that off so you can think and grow differently. And the rest is done and automated for you. And that's the great thing about going with an agency is the micromanagement is done for you. The tasks have already been prepared. The training is already done. So you're getting a vetted, trained virtual assistant that can help you, one, either prospect and get more clients so you can focus on growth or automate the into your business.
And, obviously the tasks included, I'm going to read some of them off to start: the administrative tasks, accounting, email, management, customer support. I'm sure online social media management is another area now that's growing exponentially, which is, much needed. If you need support overnight to build that audience and community, it has great value in what people can humanly do, and that all right. What are some of the challenges that people still face with virtual assistants?
Now, David, I'm glad you asked too. And challenges are fantastic. And we actually welcome failures in our business because we don't really know what's right and wrong until we actually fail, which is great. So we encourage that every single day. Now, I actually have a huge digital marketing background. It's funny because I was actually listening to a couple of your YouTube videos and you kind of inspired me in the morning. I was a little bit nervous. I'm like, oh man, it's David Meltzer. He's the guy. Like it's going to happen. And then I was like, man, he's really down to earth, charismatic. But you know what? He's got that Gary V mindset where it's just nonstop. I'm the best. I'm going to get it. Money driven, success driven. That's what I love about it. Now, as far as virtual assistants, the possibilities are literally endless, and the opportunities to take it there are just I mean, I keep saying endless because there's so much that they can do. Now, what makes us different is we are really focused on entrepreneurs and digital marketers because of my background, so that we can actually focus in that one way. So any challenges that we may have or the virtual assistants may have, they're easy to solve because we actually have that experience. My managers have that experience. The VAs have that experience because we're focused in one niche, you know, generally, which is entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, small businesses that have an emphasis on marketing. So yeah, I mean, the challenges.
On the same respect, right? On with what I have found, and you know why I'm so excited working with you, and so excited about what we're doing to build a big host of virtual assistants, is as an entrepreneur, right? As a digital marketer sitting in the space, you move really fast. The variables move really fast. You know, tomorrow TikTok could be gone, right? And what I find extremely valuable is the reverse. It's not just, you know, I'm going to receive some challenges and you're open to fixing them and learning how people can do business better. But the virtual assistants actually are auditors, right? Because they're consistently looking at one part activity within the organization when entrepreneurs are usually, you know, firefighters, right? We're doing our best to
Yep.
get focused on what's important, which is staying in business, accelerating, growing, exponential growth, and patience with persistence and all the screwed up things that it takes to be an entrepreneur. And it's really nice to have stable data, somebody that is doing something consistently every day, and the feedback that you can get from a virtual assistant that isn't in an office, isn't by the water cooler, doesn't have any emotional attachment of, oh my gosh, you hurt my feelings and he's making me do this because he hates me. You know, oh my goodness, mommy never treated me this way. No, this is just literally someone that's there pragmatically saying, hey, this needs to be done and I got a better way for you to do this. And because they specifically work within the context, not only of yours, some of them share, you know, businesses, and they're learning situational knowledge. You know, that's a huge benefit to, you know, your business and just any virtual assistant in general. What types of other things haven't I seen that you really leverage in that consistent behavior?
You know, as far as virtual assistants in whole go, there's so much more than just focusing on single tasks. So if you hire a virtual assistant and you have the mindset is okay, and we segment our VAs to two different categories, back end and prospecting. Let's say you need more clients and you need more bookings. Say, okay, well, what are you currently doing? Oh, well, you know, nothing. I do cold emails, I do cold calls. So it took me 5 years to create this program. And we reach out to 30 different platforms. And you're like, where are 30 platforms? We hit Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, Clearbit, Yelp, Instagram, Google, Find That Lead, D7 Lead Scrape, and we get everything. And we can do all of that and really just go above and beyond. So that's what's great about, you know, a virtual assistant. If you're looking to hire for just one category, but you need help on viewing other things or growing big picture with the experience that they have, and also my management being in there, my customer service manager setting up weekly calls, making sure the communication is clear. We help you guide to where you can be and where you want to be. And whether it's back-end automation for your business or getting more business on the front end so you could focus on client acquisition and growth. And that's the biggest thing with business and entrepreneurs is client acquisition and growth. And that's all I do, David, is client acquisition and growth. I have 15 appointments every single week for the past 4 months because that's what I require. And that's all I do. The rest of my entire business is automated. So when I talk to somebody, say, okay, I'd like to get you to where this is. This is the game plan. This is the path to success to make it happen.
Yeah, no, Shane, it's an incredible business. That's why I'm so excited to be working with you. I
We're
wanted
excited.
everybody to learn firsthand what is possible, probable, and reality in this business. And the best part is not only do you save money, you make money. It's both sides of what I like to do. And remember, if you make more money, you can help more people. And I promise you have more fun with what you're doing. Where can, right there at the VA Group CO, where can they also reach out to you, Shane?
You know, we are on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. We got a YouTube channel, but the best way to find out for more rates of our services is www.vvagroup.com. And, you know, if you're really looking to just automate your business and you want more time to focus on growth, instead of doing those tedious, meaningless tasks every single day, or you just want to have your mindset shifted from small picture to big picture, then do it. I mean, then hire a virtual assistant and start doing that path. I mean, I listen to a lot of audiobooks and podcasts, and I just started following you YouTube, and I think I, stalked you a little bit for, this morning, and I think I'm going to stalk you a little bit more for those 3-4 videos. I love the content, by the way. But the same thing, it's, I'm no one special. I went to culinary school. I've been doing this for 6-7 years. I'm just a normal guy. My wife is a second grade school teacher like your mom. And, I just have the dreams. I have the dream bigger, but all the secret sauce is doing it, is time and time learning from the failures and keep pursuing. But if you guys want to do that and you guys want to help automate your business or get more prospects in the door, www.thevagroup.com. We're the solution. We're going to
absolutely, Shane. I certainly appreciate it. Remind me, I should introduce you to Ming Tsai. He's a good friend of mine since you have a culinary background. Plus, he's such a digital marketer, and with what's going on, he loves to help people. I'd love to hook you up with him. I think he'd be a good client for you as well. So remind me to do that, okay?
Yeah, I do more of the eating, more of the the
You got to out exercise the eat.
I know.
That's what I learned over 50, man. I out exercise. It totally pisses off my wife because I eat everything, and then she's not there running with me though. I'm like, I walk at night with you, but I'm hitting it hard early in the morning when it's still dark and cold, no matter what time of year. Thank you so much. I am so looking forward to working with you, my friend. Let's make more money, help more people, and have more fun. Thank you, Shane.
Thank you, David. Take care.
Talk to you soon.
You too. Bye-bye.
Awesome. Yeah, I know. I have been working in and playing in that space for a long time, and Shane's the best that I found because of where we are today and where his focus is. Obviously, those two areas are extremely important, and as we go remote, you will find that this space will grow and grow and grow. We are going to talk about eliminating negativity on Friday at training, free books, free exercises. Also, our pitch competition, come try out. We're going to be on Bloomberg. It's going to be great. 949-298-2905. David at dmeltzer.com. Reach out, register for training, register for the pitch competition. Ask me for a free book, guides, exercises, whatever you want. Ask me a question. I'm here to help, to be of service. And guess what? It's all free. If it's free, it's me, and now it's you too. All right, join me. Let's take a couple questions loading up in there as well. Thank you very much for putting them in there. What are some tips to find more enjoyment in the journey versus the destiny? The biggest tip that I can give you is the lenses. I call it a Meltzer kaleidoscope. If you can use a lens of productivity, so when you look at something, say, how can I provide value to others with this? And then moreover, a lens of accessibility. How accessible am I to others? How am I accessing what I want? Really work on your worthiness and receiving what you want and asking for it. And then finally, of course, most importantly, the tip of the day, use with all and everything a lens of gratitude. What is a lens of gratitude? A lens of gratitude isn't just saying thank you before you go to bed and when you wake up for 30 straight days or more, but it's actually looking at everything, knowing that there's suck in everything. And I'm going to find the light, the love, and the lessons in the suck that exists in everything. There's suck that exists in people, places, things, job duties, activities you get paid for, activities you don't get paid for. And the key to it all is to find the light, the love, and the lessons in the suck. Let's take one more question, and then I'm going to bring my good friend on, Chip, off the old block. All right, let's take a quick question. I see you there, Chip. Thank you for joining me. If you only had $1,000 for the rest of the year, what would you do? I'd make more money. I'd save it. I'd invest in myself with my time, resources, skills, knowledge, and desire. I'd do whatever it took, and I'd save more money because $1,000 is not enough to make a difference in the long run. So I would save that 1,000, and I allow it to attract more thousands. And I put everything into saving more money, making more activity I get paid for, using that lens of productivity, accessibility, and gratitude. That's what I would do. I'd go I'd get, one of these MLMs, and, you don't need any money to get into WFG or Elevate or Prime My Body or one of the good products that you like, that you're passionate about, you believe in. And I just start asking in person, on the phone, via email and social media. And I'd build a business with no money, and I'd save as much of a percentage of it as I could until I aggregate enough to change my life. And that's what I would do. All right, we are ready to go. I know Chip is here. Thank you, Jake. Obviously, you are the man, Jakey Bakey. Miles' best friend. Dave Marino's jealous. I told him that you're Miles' new best friend, and he was mad at me. Anyway, Chip Richards here, and we're switching gears. He's the founder and owner of Automobile Engineers Mobile Auto Repair.
What's
How
up,
are
Dave?
you, brother?
I'm well, man. How are you?
I'm doing great. I am absolutely, I don't know how I'm surrounding myself with so many automotive people. I feel like Henry Ford. Everybody that's reaching out to me, it's like consultants and dealers and podcasts, every single area. Obviously you have to be on fire with mobile auto repair today. Like I say, a third of the business, they grow, like the virtual assistant and the mobile automobile. A third of the business stay the same, and a third of business are getting rocked with emotional swings. Where is your business right now with what's going on?
First of all, man, I'm so hyped. We go way, man, Dave.
Yeah.
Oh my God. We go back, man.
Yeah, out of the elevator. We go back out of the elevator.
Yeah, man. But business is great. I don't even know where to begin, man. I don't even know where to begin. It's great though, man.
You're smart. I'll tell you where you begin, just so everybody can witness this. And I had someone else come on that's doing really well. Look at Chip's face, man. That's where you start. If Dave Meltzer's journey is to empower others to be Chip, okay? That's what I'm trying to do. Look at that. That's what being happy is. And
Right.
it's not easy, right? I remember when we first met, you weren't where we are today.
I was miserable, man. I was miserable, man. I was miserable. I was lost. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was just terrible. I didn't even have any good questions for you, man. I couldn't ask you anything. I was all over.
Yeah. So tell me some of the Dave Meltzer lessons that helped you get to this state of happiness, profit, purpose, passionate profitability that you live in now.
If I can talk, my cheeks hurt. They hurt so bad I'm smiling.
You're making my day, man. You're making my day, Chip. This is great. This is what people need to see, though. You can do this, everyone. You can do this. Whether it's going to free trainings, free videos. Chip has been with me a while, and he's killing it. What are some of the lessons that helped you, though?
You told me, like in the video, I don't know if you guys have checked the video out, but scroll down on his page. Check it out. It says, David told me to pick 3 priorities, and I chose 3 priorities. And my first one was focusing on my health. I'm a big fit freak. I love to be in shape. That's my biggest thing. The number 2 thing was I was only doing like $25 a week with my business. And I tell people this, and they're like, what? How the hell did you live on $25 a week? Dude, I had like $10 for gas. The other 15, I budgeted out that $25, man. And the third one for me, I think it was just my mental health. I started looking at a lot of Jim Rohn videos. And Jim Rohn is just personal development. I focus on personal development, my health, and the business. And it skyrocketed, man. I did exactly what you said. It skyrocketed. That next month, I went up to like only $200. For the entire year last year, I only brought in $3,000.
But you stuck to it. You stuck to it, right?
400% when January of this year started. I don't want to give numbers out.
You don't have to give numbers out. But needless to say, when I tell people that 99% of the people quit when they're 25% of the way there, and of the 1%, another 99% quit when they're 50% of the way there. But this is what you look like when you get there. This is what it's like, and it's going to keep doubling because you keep doing the right things. As long as you keep surrounding yourself with the right people and the right ideas. Health first, activity you get paid for second, personal development, which is investing in yourself third, right? These are the things everybody can do it. I promise you, it's just a matter of time. Some people can accelerate faster than others. But, what did you use? We just talked about the lens of gratitude, finding the light, the love, and the lessons. What did you use to stay inspired to enjoy the journey up until January when you actually, $3,000 still isn't a lot of money in December, right? A
Right.
lot of people, they're 25% of the way there. A lot of people are quitting right there, right? New year, new job, new business. I'm giving up. What did you use to, keep that perspective to enjoy it? What was the ingredient there?
I watched a lot of your videos, man. I'm gonna just be
I'm not paying Chip to say this, by the way.
I didn't have anybody.
You can see the authenticity in his smile. This man, either he is an extraordinary Morgan Freeman type actor that can put on a show about how happy he is, or this is what it looks like to be happy. And this is making me happy because this is what I literally, somebody say, why you do this? Someone like, you're on the phone, nobody calls. I can't believe you're calling me personally. I can't, right? Why do you do this? If you wonder why I do what I do, it's not all the things I own. It's Chip. I need 1,000 chips in the world in my lifetime. Just people say you just need one. I need 1,000 to teach 1,000 to teach 1,000. And this video by itself, when I cut this back up and show people, look, this is a real story about a guy, an automobile guy, right? Repair person, 25 bucks a week living on. Right, I used to look when I first started my job, and I was blessed because I had a higher paying job out of law school, but I had loans, I had a poor mama, I had everything. I would take my $25 food money that they gave me, and I'd save it and eat peanut butter jelly in a bag. Well, I did that when I was a kid anyway, because I wanted to save that money, pay off my loans, buy my mama a house, buy my mama a car. What do you want to do with your money?
Oh man, just give back. Just give back. I realized I realized it early. When I first started it, I was like, man, I got to get the money. I got to get the money. But once the money was gotten, it was like, that's not what this is about, man. It's about helping. And I want to help a lot of people who were in my situation who just always wanted to give up. I mean, depression, suicide, all of it. The absolute rags to riches. Just, if you feel like shit, call me. I
love that.
How you feel. I know how you feel. I know it's hard. But you just got to keep pushing, man. You just got to keep pushing and get good.
That's what my free training is this Friday. It's, how to deal with negativity. So basically, if you feel like shit and Chip's not available, come to my free training. I can handle it. You feel like shit, I'll teach you how not to feel like shit and deal with negativity. Definitely email me directly, david@dmeltzer.com. If you want to look like Chip, email me at david@dmeltzer.com, 949-298-2905. I will promise you that I can make you look like Chip. And you're now my poster child of happiness.
Appreciate it, man. I love it.
Last question real quick. You do a lot of personal development. I can see total acceleration and growth just in your perspective. You went from a world of not enough. I met you. You, like me, you were a victim, man. You were a victim. Everything was happening to Chip when I met him. He was a victim. Then, through making a little bit of money, but he's with Jim Rome and Dave Meltzer, and he's studying all this stuff. He's learning, I don't want to be, this isn't just enough for me, right? What I love the most is you learn from my dummy tax. You don't have to buy stuff you don't need, right? I needed to do that. You learned from me. You're not impressing people you don't like, right? You literally skipped and advanced right to the world of more than enough. You want to receive as much as you can, appreciate it, add your value to it, and give it away to people that are anxious, depressed, suicidal, helping those people in need. And if you do that, you will look like Chip, because I can't explain happiness other than looking at you, my brother, and the energy. I could just still shout that smile. People ask me why I look like that all the time. Well, because I get to do this with people like Chip. Go ahead. I don't care about how much money. This is what life is about. So all the people that you're dealing with and learning, what's one lesson that I didn't teach you, but one lesson that you learned from Jim or a post or something? There's something that blends faith in that hard work, some other thing that you learned maybe from Jim, because I love him as well.
I'm big on hard work, man. I'm big on hard work. So perseverance and hard work. As long as you don't quit, you guarantee you're gonna get there. No matter how long it takes, you're gonna get there. But if you quit, you're done. You're done. You guarantee your failure if you quit. But if you don't quit, you're gonna get there, man. That's all I got to say.
All right, man. Well, I am so grateful. You please keep in touch with me. Keep smiling. Get a hold of Chip if your life is like you feel like shit. Call Chip or come to my free trainings. Either way, it's gonna work. If you don't feel well, all you got to do is look at this video again and watch how happy Chip is and say to yourself, I'm willing to work hard enough, work long enough, work smart enough. I'm willing to enjoy the consistent, persistent pursuit of the potential. And I understand compound interest. Chip, you are an example of how things aggregate in life if you stay focused and work hard and you do the right things and allow things to come through you. Thank you so much for changing my life. You changed my life today, and you've inspired me to continue on making today's an easy day to do what I do. I appreciate you, my friend.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me, Dave.
You got to keep in touch, okay?
I sure will.
Thank you. All right. That's it, man. I am blown away. You know, there's some days, I'm going to cry, but there's some days, man, you're just like, why do I do this? Nobody appreciates me. I got a need to be offended, a need to be resentful, need to be inferior, superior, separate. Why am I doing this? Nobody appreciates what I'm doing. It doesn't have any effect on anybody. Yeah, I'm human. Those things go through my mind some days when the hits keep on coming. And then you find chips. Every little chip, and you think about that. And what seed planted years ago, a guy making $25 a week, what seed that I may not even know about, changing entire lives. It's amazing. You can do that as well. Empowering others to empower others to be happy. That's what I do. And I get to, every once in a while, I get to see a payday. And so thank you, Chip, for paying me. I appreciate it. I don't always get paid every day. So thank you. That's awesome. All right. Sorry, I'm getting choked up because it means a lot to me. Here we go. When are tryouts deadlines for the pitch competition? Starting now, register, and you'll get all the instructions on how to try out. It's a pitch competition, lots of prizes, lots of good advice. We get introductions, exposure, awareness, and we're going to be putting that show on Bloomberg as well. So it's going to be a good show, and I appreciate you guys trying out for it. I think it'll help a lot of people. So please, everyone, register for trainings on Friday. If you're, like Chip said, if you feel like shit, learn how to deal with negativity. Come to my training. I'll teach you to be a Chip. You want my book? It'll teach you to be a Chip. It's free. Register, david@dmeltzer.com. Join my community of Chips, 949-298-2905. Please learn to look and feel and project that energy just like Chip. You all can be that happy. I promise you, however long it takes, but you can't quit. Don't be one of the 25%ers or 50%ers. Be 100%er or 200%er or 400%er like Chip. Anyway, I'm just so excited, emotionally moved. I'm going to take one more question, and I like this one. A book that changed my life. 3 books changed my life. I read them every day. The first is A Course in Miracles, the most complex text I've ever written that unravels and unwinds. It's an onion, that book, and I'll be reading it the rest of my life every single day. Second is Think and Grow Rich, which I read every second of every day as well. And then Wayne Dyer's Power of Intention. Those are the 3 books that have changed my life. And find a book that'll change yours. That's what I say. And then keep on reading it. It'll unravel in front of you like an onion. Many different layers. Some will make you cry. Some won't. Anyway, I want to thank all my guests, extraordinary guests today, especially Chip. You made my day. Please join me every day for Instagram Live. Office hours are at 3 o'clock Pacific. But most importantly, if you feel like shit and you want to be a Chip, come to my training, free, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, every single Friday, free. Come to it, and you can register at david@dmeltzer.com, 949-298-2905 to get everything for free from me. Register for the pitch competition. And most importantly, the lesson that Chip has learned. Be kind to your future self. Do good deeds. We'll see you tomorrow. See you on Friday as well. Thank you.